Today on the ropes, I have the three-time national PL champion, 2008, 2010, 2011, 2013 national Golden Gloves champion, World Golden Gloves champion, USA Open national champion, Outstanding Male Boxer Award, the Open national champion, currently professional record of 15-0, 11 KOs. Gary Antonio Russell, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, King.
We're going to take it back, man. Talk about the record that you and your brothers hold, man, being only four brothers, man, to hold that National Golden Gloves Championship.
And that's tight. That's tight. Like, we put the work in the gym. I think it's sweet that it could be four brothers to do it, four melanated brothers to do it, and it was never been done. I know that's a record that's going to stand for a long time. And I don't think it's going to be a set of five brothers that's going to come through and win the National Golden Gloves no time soon.
Yeah, I don't actually see that happening no time soon.
You need,
talk about the experience, man, growing up with your father with the open door policy in the basement.
It was tough. It was tough. We opened the door to everyone, but once you in there, you gotta have the heart. You gotta have the guts to stay there. We never kicked people out of the gym. People always left. The training was too intense. We sweat a lot. We grind out a lot. We sacrifice, and a lot of people not up to do it. So we never kick nobody out. Everybody always leave.
That's a heck of a testament because, without the modern day equipment, man, you just, down in the basement, just you, your will and guts, man, and just working hard and grinding, man, to be the champion that you are.
Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing accomplishment. One of the things I want to talk about, man, is fatherhood. Talk about that, man, being a single father, with the stereotypes of we're not there for our kids. Talk about that experience of being a single father and in the sport of boxing.
I gotta correct it. I'm not gonna say I'm a single parent.
Yes, sir.
However, I'm not in a relationship, so I am single. But as far as me being a single parent, I'm not that. I have my daughters with me 24/7. I have the ability to be around my children all the time, whenever I want and how I want to, because the decisions I made in life. However, their moms are around. So it's not work that I do by myself. I do take enjoyment in the extracurricular activities that I do with my daughters, such as learning how to put on makeup for them, doing their hair, dressing them up a certain way, whether it's drawing, picnics, or anything that I could do with my daughters. I don't really have too many friends outside of the boxing life. I'm kind of anti-social, to be honest. I'm not going to say I dislike people, but I like my loneliness. I like to be by myself.
Are you more of a homebody, you would say?
Yes.
Between that and the gym, actually.
Between that and the gym, I'm not seen. I'm in the gym grinding, or I'm at home with my daughters, or I'm out doing something with them. That's it. But as far as being a single parent, I don't do it by myself. But however, we are stereotyped as black men to not be in our child's life. But me personally, I believe that's something that was systematically done.
Yeah, that definitely is, man. Going back to the whole welfare system where you couldn't have the father in the home if you were to collect welfare during that time. And that was part of the systematic breakup of the black family back then.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. And a lot of it still goes on today. Us as people, as individuals and blacks, we need to come together and understand that we are not each other's threat. We need to stop doing their job for them. It's a lot of black on black crime, hate crime, whatever you want to call it, that goes on amongst each other, but we're not the ones who's doing it to us. You feel me? I think everybody just needs to open their eyes and actually look at the bigger picture of what it is. Maybe learn knowledge of self. Go back to their roots, who they come from, their bloodline, their lineage of people, who they are. And people realize they're kings or queens. I think they'll move, walk and talk in a different manner.
It's interesting that you say that, because one of the major problems that you find is what we're taught in the school system. I had a chance to interview Miss Jane Elliott, who did the social exercise, the brown-out, blue-out experiment. And she talked about the main goal of the school system is only designed to make you a good American. It's not designed to teach you about as far as black people, their history. It's designed to make you a good American. And it was interesting to talk to her about that, because her being of the white race, that she was so blunt, open, and honest about that in the school system, the curriculum is based around making you designed to be a good American. And that was interesting to talk about that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting topic. Actually, it is, and we see that every day. We see it every day, whether it's in the employment field, in the schools, work, anything. They teach you to make the next person rich. In order to do so, you have to follow a certain system. In this system, it separates you from your family for up to 8 hours. School, work, probably run about 8 to 9 hours. Your child just getting home, or you probably just getting home, too tired to actually spend time with your family.
Exactly.
They already probably sleep for bed. Now you got to repeat this cycle for the next day, which take away a lot of time invested into yourself and your family. And I think it's done that way systematically.
Yeah, because it seems like it's designed to make us employees instead of entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
It's almost like the goal of going to school. What they say, find a good job. The main goal to go to college, get a degree, get a good job, instead of looking towards entrepreneurship.
College, yeah, learn the business, get your own business, stack your money, put your people on,
And now,
open the community.
And now with college being so expensive, it's a big business now. You can pay upwards to $20,000+ a year to go to college, especially if you're an out-of-state student. And if you wind up, it's almost like you go to college, you get in debt, and you work the next 30 years to pay off that debt.
All back.
It's like it's got away from the whole trade system, where you find a trade, and that's something that that can last. It's your prime example, man. I had somebody come fix my window. It was 10 minutes worth of work, $150, but he knew the trade and the knowledge.
Yep. That's why I learned how to do everything myself. Learn how to do a lot. I'm really hands-on with a lot of things I do. Boxing is what I do, but it don't define who I am. I developed this nickname, which everybody around my neighborhood calls me. I think it's funny, but what is called the finesse god. And they call me this because in situations, something broke, advice, or anything, a lot of people seem to come to me. Whatever it is that's broken, I find a way to fix it. If it's something that needs to be done, I find an easier way to get it done. I make things easy. I heard a saying, don't work hard, work smart. And I tend to do that a lot, except for in this joint. In this joint, you gotta grind out hard. So besides in this gym, other than that, I find ways to work smart, and it developed the name, the finesse god. So it's a lot of stuff that I just learned to do. Because I don't want to follow rules. I don't want to listen to someone. I want to be able to do this. Don't want to give my money to the next man when I could gain the knowledge myself and plant a seed somewhere in which they could grow with it. You feel me? And that's something we also missing in our community. As amongst black people, I feel like we're missing a lot. It's so much I could say on this. Honestly, I'm trying to bottle it up and keep some in. I don't want to say too much, but it's so much we can go on about.
That's fine, man. You can say what you want on here, man.
There's so much we could be going on about, man. It is.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. Especially now what you're seeing in most inner cities now, where they're pushing everyone out of most of the inner cities now.
Yeah, gentrification going on everywhere. It's going to happen, and like I said, everybody, y'all just got to pay attention and see what's going on. Y'all need to open their eyes to what's really going on in the United States.
You definitely got to keep your eyes open, man, because what you're seeing now with the economy crashing and
everything. But to be honest, as a whole, my kings and queens, we could have did that single-handedly in about 3 weeks. We could have changed all that.
Explain.
All right. Me personally, I feel as though J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to America is the unity amongst black folk. And why? Because we're the #1 buyers of everything. We shop everywhere else but our own. We don't invest into our own communities, our own businesses, so we make everyone richer. If everybody of color, everyone that's melanated, was to come together and take a stand at one time and say, you know what? Hell with it. We're not being treated white. We're not being treated fair. They are still killing us. Our babies are still going missing. People are still shooting up our churches and our school, and they getting off the hook for it. Everybody, I think we need to come together as a group, show unity, and don't buy anything. Don't buy anything. In about 2-3 weeks, their top dollar buyers stop buying. It'll cause a collapse somewhere.
But it seems like it's so ingrained into our mindset that we have to spend. We have to look a certain way.
It is.
For some people in the culture.
You know what? It is. And a lot of it is having to do with the Hollywood effect. This social media, IG, everybody posting their fake lives, want to flash the watches, the women, you know, whatever the eye catch is, you know, it takes our focus off where we really need to be at. You know, that's a big problem as well. Everybody out here is trying to live their best life when it's a fake life. A lot of people need to wake up and accept reality for what it is. Stop lying to themselves.
Let me ask you, man, what do you feel? How you feel about the sport of boxing right now, the state of boxing?
I love it. I'm in love with it. I'm passionate about it. I don't do too much. I never did too much. Many other sports, anything, basketball, gymnastics here and there, but me and my brother's just aggressive. So you hear him say it a lot of times in some of his interviews. We was molded for, we was built for this. You know, it was the perfect outlet for us. We was just so aggressive. So I love it. It's not like to fight somebody and get paid for it, you know?
You know, I feel y'all are old school fighters, man, compared to what you see in the younger generation now, where it's about to get that money and not about, you know, fighting the best fights out there. Do you really see that?
Yeah.
Is that frustrating?
It is frustrating, but it comes with the territory. At the end of the day, you know, it's business. Amateur, it's athletic. You know, amateur is a sport. You're professional, it's a business. You know, it's different in the names. And you gotta treat a business like it's a business sometimes. Like I look at my brother's situation, and I know he's frustrated because he's calling out every champ, everyone in 126. Even up to the next weight class, Tank Davis, and I forget one other guy who has the belt. He's willing to fight any of these guys with a belt. And for them all to not respond or downplay it or hide behind their managers and stuff, I understand it can be frustrating. But then again, it's a smart business move for whoever is pushing them to not allow them to fight my boy.
Well, it seems like it's really not fair to the fans, man, to really get a chance to see the best of the best go at it, man, and to see. You know, I go back to, like I was talking with your brother the other day about the Wild World Sports Days where you saw the best of the best fight on TV. The Hagler Hearns, the Sugar Rays, the Rands. It didn't matter if they had a loss. They come back, fight again, rematch, and they were very good fights.
Yeah.
Now what you find, a lot of cherry picking.
A lot. Like I said, it's a business. It's a business, bro. I can understand a lot of people moves, decisions. I mean, it makes the sport a little less pleasing to watch sometimes when you see the fights that should have happened and not happening. But I'm out of control of that. All I can do is worry about me whenever I rumble and perform for the fans that I do have, perform for myself and my children.
Is that something you would like to get involved with after your career is over?
But boxing?
Yes.
I don't know. It depends. If any of my children would want to box, honestly, I would try to persuade them away from it. We've been around it all our lives, you know. It's way much more to us than boxing. So much other things that we have inside that we want to do, that we wish to do, that we know we'd be great at, other than boxing. But
you know, speaking of that, if your child was to say, "Dad, I want to box," how would you feel about that?
I'm like, all right, come on. You ain't gonna have no better coaches, in my opinion. Can't knock any other coach. I've never been coached by anyone else, but the way my dad studies the sweet science, I don't think no one has broke it down to the state in which he did. No, that's just my belief. I can't speak for any other coach, not knocking any other coaches, because there's other champions out here. They had to have a certain, you know, intelligence of the sweet science to get their fighter to that point. You know? But if any of my daughters decided that they wanted to box, then I welcome them to the sport with open arms. I wouldn't want to, but...
Man, could you see your baby getting hit like that, dude?
Oh yeah, they do it now. They do it now.
You know, that's why you just, because right, they hang out at the gym with you.
My daughters train every morning, this whole summer. Every morning they work out with me. I take them swimming with me. I take them running with me. They do a full-fledged workout every morning.
You know,
I make them fight each other in the house. They wrestle each other. They spar each other. Man, it's a certain upbringing. Like you said, we're talking about America. I need to prepare my daughters for any possible thing I feel as though they're going to go through in life. Why not start now?
You know. Speaking of swimming, would you say that's the hardest conditioning workout?
In my opinion, yeah. In my opinion, it works every muscle in the body. Works every muscle in the body. You know, it builds your lung capacity, your conditioning, and your full body strength overall. Then you don't have to worry about the wear and tear of the punching and impact from shoulders and everything because it's all water resistant.
Now, is
So-
that something you would encourage him more towards, the swimming? Because you don't find many of us in the sport of swimming.
Nah, you don't.
To be
You don't.
honest, you
You
really
don't.
don't.
And it's funny, I always tell my daughters, try to be different. Don't pay attention to the TV. Don't pay attention to what you see on your phones or the network. Because that's something that's going to persuade you to make decisions that you're really unsure about. You know, on TV, they promote a lot of sexist stuff, rap. They promote everything to brainwash, you know, the society in which I believe. And I don't want my daughter to look at certain things and be like, oh, maybe I want to try this. Well, honestly, that's not where your attention needs to be. So swimming, I would love for her to swim. I would love for her to be a swimmer. I really push her towards a lot of science.
And I would encourage all people of color to teach their kids to swim. It's very important that they learn that.
Right. See, I don't worry about that. My daughters know how to swim, though, so they cool. They cool. Like I said, swimming is one of my fears. I'm scared of water. I don't like big bodies of water. You're not going to catch me on no cruise, no little boats, anything. But I need them to know how to swim. They have to know how to swim because we could be in any situation and they need to be prepared for it.
Now, speaking of your career right now, 15-0, 11 KOs. What's next for you? How close are you to getting that shot at the world title?
What's next for me? Another fight. September, I believe the 24th or the 25th. But after that, I don't know. I say probably about one or two more.
You think one or two more? So you're
I
looking
feel-
more towards the beginning of next year, you would say?
The beginning of next year or the ending of this year, if they could make it happen, to be honest. Me in the gym every single day. I feel good. I've been feeling good, you know. I'm just ready to keep rumbling.
Just speaking on your brothers, how important is it? No, actually, not how important is it. How good does it feel, man, to have your brothers in your corner during your fights like that, and also on your card also as well?
It's great. It's great. No matter what a person doing in life, I'm sure they want to be completely comfortable when they're doing it, especially if it's something they're passionate about. With my brothers, my dad and them in my corner, that's our element. That's an everyday thing for me. So it's nothing different. It makes the process a lot easier.
In your opinion, who do you feel is the best pound for pound out there right now?
People gonna say I'm biased. Honestly, it has to be
And you have to explain why.
Gary Russell Jr. and Lomo. It have to, and not just because he beat my brother. It's not. It's not. Honestly, why I say Gary Russell Jr. because he possessed everything that a fighter. In my opinion, I believe he possessed everything that a well-rounded fighter needs to be great. I believe he's a champion. He has hand speed. He has a boxer IQ. He has punching power, which people honestly pretty much forget about. Now they look at his pro resume and realize he hurt his hand, so his knockout ratio is not as big as it was. But in the amateur, he was known for knocking people out. He wasn't known for having fast hands. Fast hands is something that he was like, you know what, I'm gonna just make it work in the pros due to my hand situation. He can box. He can fight inside. He can fight outside. He has the defensive discipline. He has everything that I feel as though a great fighter, a great champ has. And why I would honestly say Lomachenko, because me personally, in my opinion, my dad is one of the best coaches I ever seen in the sport of boxing. The way he breaks down things, he see things, it's like chess, you see things 3-4 steps ahead. You know, if we having an issue and it's adjustments that need to be made, he see them and he can make them on the fly. So why I say Lomo will probably have to be in line as well is because watching his fights, I watch everyone. I watch everyone that I honestly like. And as a fighter, I like Lomo. So I just happened to start looking at his fights after he beat my brother. That was the first time I actually ever heard of him. So I was watching. I just kept looking. I was like, damn. To be honest, in my opinion, his punch selection, his ring gentlemanship, his ring IQ, and how he break fighters down, it looked like my brother in a way. He has his own swag from him being on a different side of the fence or wherever he's from or whatnot, you know, what plays a part in it. But a lot of things my pops would tell us to do when fighting the southpaw, I see Lomo make them same corrections. A lot of things my pops tell us to do and not to do when fighting orthodox fighters, I see Lomo does the same thing. My dad would tell us, you know, after you finish punching, you don't sit in front of a person. Get your punches off head movement or offset with your stick. Your jab sets up everything you want to do and offsets everything that he tries to do. Give angles, never always moving. It's easier to hit a target standing still than one movement. And I'm seeing all these exact things that my dad instilled into us is instilled in Lomo by his coach. And the more and more I look at it, I'm like, damn, they actually do a lot of similar things, you know? You know, they add their own swag to it, which makes it a little different. But in my opinion, pound for pound, I honestly would say them the top two.
What you think the likelihood with them linking up again?
In my opinion, I don't think Lomo will fight Gary again. I don't think he would fight G again, honestly. Lomo is on his high horse right now. So nobody want to get knocked off their high horse, especially by someone they feel as though have the potential or the ability to actually beat them. And I know for a fact Lomo knows. I know Lomo knows. If anybody's going to beat me, it's going to be Mr. Gary Russell. He see what bro been doing to his last opponents, you know. So me personally, no, I don't think the fight is going to happen. If G really wants that fight, it's something that the fans will have to make happen. They will have to constantly ask for it. G, he will have to put the groundwork in. I say the last 3 or 4 people that Lomo fought, G goes straight after them and dog them worse than Lomo did. At that point, now you're worthy to talk about when it comes to fighting Lomo. If you go and fight the guy who beat you, but you destroy his opponents worse than what he did, now it rings a bell in everybody's heads. Oh, Mr. Gary Russell just beat this guy who Lomo fought. He knocked him out in the first or the second or the third. What you think he'll do with Lomo? Then when them questions start to pop up again, that's when the fans need to hop on it if they want to see the fight. But me personally, I don't think Lomo will fight him again.
You know, speaking of your father, being one of the best in the sport, when it's all said and done, do you feel at the end of his career he'll be mentioned with the Emmanuel Stewarts of the world? Yeah. It's already written in stone. It's already written in stone. Look, he got 2 more future champions. His job not done yet. Bruh, he got more titles that he got to go at. I still got mine to go at. We still uplifting the brother, so I know he will. You know, I always wanted to ask, you know, outside of you and your brothers, does he also train other fighters outside of you and your brothers?
Yeah, you see in this gym, there's a lot of other fighters other than us.
Yeah, I knew that. I just wanted you to talk about that.
Got,
I know that being here.
Amateurs. We got a lot of amateurs, you know. We got my man Tim, who's a heavyweight. We got an up-and-coming fighter, P-level amateur. We had Frankie Scenario. Forgive me, y'all. We got Wesley, Chris, my boy Chicken, Will, Jelani. We got a handful of up-and-coming good fighters, you know, who could have the potential to do something in the pros as well. Hey,
man, I really appreciate your time on the ropes today, giving your perspective on life, man, and also on the sport of boxing, and also on your career and father.
I appreciate you.
Good luck on everything. Oh, one last question, man. I have to ask this, because, you know, I asked your brother this question also. Do you feel the DMV supports the boxers from the DMV?
Anybody who knows sign language is gonna know what that is.
Wow.
No, I don't.
Why do you think that is, though?
Rivalries, pride, ignorance. It could be anything. It could be multiple things, honestly. But it's something the DMV fighters don't do, and I think we should do. Honestly, I think in the history of boxing, a lot of the great fighters came from the DMV area, and I feel like they got to where they was showing each other love.
Mm-hmm.
Showing each other love, showing each other respect, helping each other out, whether it was spawn, training together, coming together for fights, anything to push the DMV area all together as a unit. I remember back when the amateurs, when we get ready for the silver gloves or anything, every gym from the DMV area would come to Sugar Ray Leonard's gym and spar to get everybody in shape for a tournament. You know, I guess when people got bigger and started, you know, getting older, becoming in each other weight classes and stuff, rivalries started, dislikes start. So it makes it a lot harder for them to help each other out or support one another.
You know, I was going to ask you that. How important is it for you all and your family to support the younger fighters in the DMV? You know, I've seen young Jaleel up here sparring and working out. I see how you really help with the young fighters that's coming along.
Look, we show love to everybody. We respect everyone. We just stay in our lane and we expect everybody to stay in theirs. Simple as that. We keep our door open to everyone. We don't close no doors on nobody. And if they welcome, they want to come spar, they want to come in and train, use the facility because it's hot, want to lose weight, the door is open.
Definitely is. I've been here and worked out, and doors always open, man. Always welcome. Once again, man, I really appreciate your time, giving your knowledge.
Hopefully we could get another interview. We could go a little deeper into stuff. I feel like
man, you know
we
that.
barely scratched the surface.
Just scratch the surface.
I definitely feel like I held my tongue.
Oh, yo, you know we gonna chop it up, boy.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, man, I appreciate it, man. Once again, man, you're
you,
looking at a future world champion right here. It's definitely gonna be one of the best pound for pounds when it's all said and done. Gary and Antonio Russell, we out.